I'm going to do it today with the little goat cheese from Beltane Farm. Have you had that goat cheese? It's awesome. We did one with the goat feta, and now we're going to use the creamy goat cheese. You can use either one. And the good thing about this recipe and all of the recipes that I'll be doing this summer is that they're extremely flexible. So even though this is called a strawberry and spinach salad, it could be a peach and arugula salad. It could be any fruit and any green, just tied together with a little balsamic vinegar to pick up the sweetness in the fruit. Balsamic vinegar and the olive oil that I'm using today also came from the market. Everything is fresh from the market. These are Brunswick strawberries. Do you like strawberries? Yeah, me too. These Brunswick strawberries are from Patty, right across the way. Patty grows lots of different varieties of strawberries. And that's important because you get lots of different flavors and lots of different applications for strawberries. These Brunswicks are really great for baking.
I'm a big kid.
You're a big kid? I'm an extra big kid, and I like to play with my food. Do you? No? Can she have a strawberry? Yeah. Would you like a strawberry? I have little baby weenie ones. Do you like little baby weenie ones? Okay, I'm going to get the green part off. You're welcome. So the Brunswicks are a little bit tart. She also has June strawberries that are a little bit sweeter. And the strawberries have different seasons. I never really thought of different varieties of strawberries until I started shopping in the farmer's market. But they all grow at different times, and the harvest is different, and the applications are different. I'm going a little strawberry crazy here, talking and chopping, talking and chopping. Just toss those out. Did y'all pick up some strawberries today?
Not yet.
Not yet? I got these from Patty.
She had to take some money.
What?
She forgot money.
Oh no! That's such a mom maneuver, right?
That's because I was distracted by you.
You weren't doing any whining or anything on the way out
I know
the
he
door.
was riding his longboard down.
That's really incredible. Yeah.
That's a great distraction.
Yeah, yeah. So, it's a great farmer's market here. It's so good to be open. Do y'all come here very often?
This is our first time.
Yeah?
No,
Yeah.
it's our third.
Our third?
Really? We've been
Yes.
here 2 more times because I haven't been here.
Yes, you have.
Well, the good thing about farmers markets like this one and all the farmers markets is you have produce available here that you wouldn't have in the grocery store. These Brunswick strawberries are something you're not going to find in the supermarket. They're a certain variety that Patty grows, and all the chefs in town just love them because they have a little bit extra flavor and a good tartness for baking. So I think you'll see that in the salad, that it has just a little bit better flavor. Okay, so you just chop those up. Just getting everything started before we start our salad. So I have the strawberries. Now, the recipe is here. Feel free to take one. And you'll see in the recipe that it calls for shallots, but shallots aren't in season yet. So I found these little spring onions, little green onions, and they'll do fine. They're part of the lily family too. So I would use these. I would even use, you know, tiny little onions, little red onion. You know, just use whatever you find in the market, whatever looks good. So important to shop with your senses and not a list. You know, so many times you go through the grocery store and people are like this through the grocery store looking at their list. They're not really looking at the food. So you come here and you buy, sometimes I feel like a hound dog, you know, because I'm like eyes closed, just sort of going through the market, shopping with my my nose, and you can do that too, and I swear you will not go wrong. So all this smells and looks good. Alright, so I've got these chopped up, these little spring onions, so pretty. Now, in here, I feel like this is my Pandora's box. I have spinach in here, but I also have this beautiful red oak lettuce here. I have some of the spinach, I have some romaine, and I even have a little parsley. And you might not think of parsley as a salad green, but it really adds a nice depth of flavor to your salad, a little bit of a bitter edge that's going to take some of the richness out of that goat cheese when we add that too. So, now, if you're entertaining, this is great to do ahead, because here's what you do. You wash up all your salad greens and then pour them into your serving platter. I'm a complete mess when I cook. My husband always comes around behind me and cleans up. I'm a complete mess. So I'm sure this will go fine. But, you know, if you were entertaining, you could wash your greens ahead and you could put something over top, maybe a plate or something, put it in your fridge, have your strawberries chopped, have your dressing made, and then just assemble at the end. So we have that done. We have the strawberries chopped. We have the scallions chopped. Now we're going to make a little vinaigrette. Y'all make your own vinaigrette?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good that way. You know, so many of the vinaigrettes that you have in the store have corn syrup in them, lots of sweeteners, and you just don't need that stuff in your vinaigrette. This stuff is incredibly sweet. Have you tried it?
Yes, I
It's the balsamic, isn't it smashing?
Yes.
This, you can get this at the farmer's market. It's really tasty and it has just enough sweetness. You don't need any sugar to make it taste great. When you're making a vinaigrette, it's important to put your salt in at this point rather than at the end, because the salt will dissolve in the vinegar, but it won't dissolve in the oil. So you want to put that in. I put my pepper in now. Give that a little stir. Now you want to add some olive oil. Isn't this bottle pretty? I would buy it just for the bottle, but the olive oil is great too. This is also right here at the market. And then really, other than the salt and pepper, there's nothing on this table I couldn't get at the market. Nothing I didn't get at the market. Give that a little whisk. If only it could flambe. Just for a little extra drama, they say when you do cooking demonstrations, one thing should catch on fire during every cooking demonstration. So we'll try to work that in next
We
time.
call that kitchen chemistry.
Yeah, kitchen, chemistry, drama. Maybe a little bit more olive oil. And the balsamic vinegar is so nice and luscious and viscous that it whisks up really nice. It emulsifies without any mustard or anything in there. Now, if you were doing this ahead, you could stop here. We're going to serve it right now, so I'm going to toss this with the greens. You want to make sure, though, that if you're tossing this, rather you can either drizzle it over at the end or you can toss it now with the greens. You just don't want to toss everything together because you'll lose the prettiness of it. And your goat cheese will get all sort of brown from the balsamic and you'll lose the visuals. So we're all about purdy. So just give this a little toss, make sure it goes all over your counter. That's what I do, fling it around like a mad chef. Be a little thorough. You don't have to add very much dressing though, and I don't think you should, particularly with the spring greens because they're so delicate, you know? They're so nice, so fresh. Don't want to drown them, just a little bit. Okay. Now, a little bit of the scallions. I love the little bit of purple in there too. So pretty from these. And now I have some goat cheese. My handy dandy cooler. We use the goat cheese feta in the first demonstration. You can go with feta or you can go with this creamy goat cheese. Just crumble it on top. You get a little messy. This is a great job for kids. Tell them to goop it on. And you can put as much or as little as you like. Are y'all goat cheese lovers? I find it's like it's a camp. You're either in the goat cheese camp or you're not, and there's no middle ground.
Is that from Beltane?
This is from Beltane. Did y'all hear my Beltane story? I was out at Beltane in the springtime, and it's a beautiful farm, and Paul Truby, who has the farm and the goats, is just a magical man. And I went up there to write a little article about him for Edible Nutmeg. And I walked into his kitchen and we were chatting, and then I heard this meh. And I turned around, he had a huge tub of goats in his kitchen. And I said, well, gee, that's very authentic, isn't it? But then he said, you think that's something? Sit down. And he reached over and picked one of those out of the tank and handed it to me. And and then handed me a bottle, and I bottle fed the goat on my lap. It was such a great, wonderful spring memory. So terrific. I think of that whenever I have his goat cheese. Now, for the money shot, you put the strawberries on top. And wasn't it just so easy, you know? So great for entertaining, so pretty, and a nice application of strawberries that isn't sweet. It's a little savory, a little bit different. Surprise and amaze your family and guests with your strawberry salad. And I hope you all have a little taste.
Good,
Sure.
good stuff. All right.
Great. Any questions? Any questions about this or the market or cooking anything? I love to talk food.